And of course, someone told me even interpersonal skills are very important for somebody. But allow me to usher you to this particular episode of today. It's a reference point, and so we begin off the show right now with Enoch Mwesigwa. You're most welcome to the show, and Happy New Year to you.
Thank you, Happy New Year too. By the names of Mwesigwa from Skills. And I'm happy to be here once again.
Okay.
And Happy New Year to the viewers and the listeners out there.
Okay. You're wishing them a Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Enoch from Skills Uganda. Yes, Jennifer, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
You're good?
Yeah, I'm good. My name is Jennifer from Work for Live in Jinja, Uganda, and I'm happy to be here. And Happy New Year to the listeners.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's start with the saying, Happy New Year. Should it be just a Happy New Year, or this happiness should come as a result of maybe success or hard work? Is it basically a Happy New Year and that is all?
Well, we wish for a Happy New Year, but we know it can't be a Happy New Year throughout, because if you're going to grow, you're going to face challenges. But of course, I'm not going to find you and say happy challenges year or happy growth year or something. I'm still going to say Happy New Year because I want you to have a Happy New Year. But of course, when you mature, you realize that success or happiness or reaching that point of contentment is not going to come easy. And so when you realize it's not going to come easy, yes, you wish for the very best and you wish to have a Happy New Year, but you know if you're going to grow, you're going to face challenges. Okay. So that's what I can say.
Well, back to my my teacher of I remember my teacher of English, senior 2, was telling us, if wishes were horses, complete. If wishes were horses, I think Jennifer knows.
Jennifer knows.
Yes, if wishes were horses,
everyone would ride white.
Good.
Yeah.
So again now to Enoch. Should it be should it be a fashion of wishing people a Happy New Year, or should it be wishing people a successful year? And so if it's a successful year, what does it take to be there?
I ideally believe by mere fact you're still breathing and you're still standing. That means you're already happy.
Okay.
You should be happy for that and you should embrace that. So we say Happy New Year because we are still breathing and we are still standing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about now. We're in 2020, and so we have just moved a couple of hours. I don't want to say days. Around 72 hours, and so the air is still fresh. We're in the early days of 2020, and of course it has been defined as a political year. Especially my young boys and girls are going to be misguided by politicians. They are going to shout all over town, and I will say, oh yes, Grace is the #1 candidate. And so after Grace going to parliament, I'm meaning Grace Mwesigwa. No, we have many Graces around town. I'm not meaning the other member of parliament. I'm meaning Grace Mwesigwa Morgan. And say, hey, Grace Morgan, and what? At the end of the day, these guys are actually used, and after that dumped. But very important is life continues. And so how do we set goals for the year?
First of all, before we get to the way how we set our goals, we need to understand what is a goal.
Please.
Because to me, I ideally believe we have different goals. We have a short-term goal and we have a long-term goal. Now, if you're to set a goal, first of all, you should know which goal are you setting. Are you setting a short-term goal, or you're setting a long-term goal? And a short-term goal is that goal that you want to achieve in a short period of time. A long-term, it's the one you want to achieve in a long period of time. But then, whenever you're setting goals, at times you need to be realistic to yourself. Because if you're setting a goal of 2 billion, when your accountability it is 100,000, then that means you aren't realistic to yourself. So we need to be realistic to ourselves so that we can set our goals and we push further.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it comes to being real to yourself.
Yeah. You need,
Understand you're worthy, and so you
Yeah.
set accordingly.
yeah. You need to be realistic,
Hmm.
and you need to be specific. Because you won't keep on jumping on different things.
What do you mean by being specific?
Like, if you want to be a lawyer, be a lawyer.
Hmm.
But then, you won't come out and today you tell us, I want to be a lawyer. The other day, I want to be a doctor. The other day, I want to be this, you know. At the end of it all, you aren't specific to yourself. The other thing, your goal should be measurable. For how long would you wish to achieve this goal? Are you going to spend decades just setting this goal? Or you should be specific for years, months, depending on the type of goal you would wish to accomplish.
Okay.
Then the other thing, you should make sure that this goal, it is achievable. Because at the end of it all, you want to see success out of this. You know? If your goal is to fly like an angel to heaven, then it won't happen. It isn't achievable because you aren't an angel. So you should look at that goal which is achievable. So the whole ideology, I get it out of the word smart. Your goal should be smart.
Smart FM?
Just like I said, A specific,
Yes.
A measurable,
Uh-huh.
you look at A achievable,
Yeah.
R realistic. Be realistic to yourself that you can accomplish this. Then the last thing should be timely. Many people, we would wish to accomplish our goals, but then we don't mind this issue of time. You know, you want to start a business of 200,000, but then you take like 20 years just looking for the 200,000 to start this goal. At the end of it all, it isn't timely. So
Okay.
let's look at that time base. Maybe it's good if it is a short-term goal. Ideally, believe it shouldn't exceed even a half a year. Accomplish it, push life further. If it is a long time, a term goal, you won't push it for a decade, you know. So it should be timely.
Okay. Thank you so much. Now, Jennifer, apart from the word smart, he has told us smart being specific, measurable, attainable, being real, and time bound. On many times we have actually designed the so-called good goals, and we put them on paper, just like the engineers, especially those who do architecture. They will talk about planning, and after there is that time of implementation. But to let you know, actually over 50% people fail to achieve what they have put on paper. Especially we draft this in January, and by around I think October we start evaluating ourselves. December, and achievement, the scores are in around 50%, sometimes 40, even 30. So beyond smart, is there anything that we need to look at that may have constrained our desires to achieve the goals?
Yeah, I like what he has shared. That is a concept so many people share. They're smart and have goals that are smart.
Okay.
But you're going to find that, like you've said, so many people have goals at the beginning of the year because everyone is excited and everyone is feeling energetic and everyone feels like they can take on the world because everyone is hyped during that time of the year.
True.
And that's why you'll see even, let's say if it's a physical goal of someone wants to be fit, the gym usually make money the first week of January.
Yep.
Because people are excited. But the second week, they go back to normal. Why? Because it's not enough to just write down the goals. It takes work. It does not matter if you write down the goals but you do not act on them. You must act on the goals because then you'll have them on paper, and like you've said, in October or May you're sitting down, you're like, wait, but I wanted to start a business, but it's October yet and there was no business and there was no even plan to even start that business. So in this, I'm going to say planning is very, very important. And of course planning is going to there's a quote that I love that says, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And so when you set those goals and you're specific and they're measurable and they have a time limit to them and you know they're realistic, all those things, plan for them. So for example, when he says be specific, okay, this year I want to start a business. But go as far as asking yourself, what business? How am I going to start this business? What do I need to start this business? Where am I going to start this business? How is this business going to grow? When am I beginning? And every single day remind yourself of that goal of I want to start this business and I want to see this business grow. Because if you do not, you have them on paper but you won't act on them. And then be true to your goals. You know, some people, there's this bandwagon thing of now everyone wants to start a business. You even decide, you like, I want to start a business of growing chicken. And then your friend comes to the like, what a good day. Engato zifuna chiralwe. And you're like, wait, so let me now go to, you know, let me go to Engato. So then you're changing, and then someone else comes and tells you how I'm at okay. It's the big thing now. And so now you're dropping that, you're going on to another thing. So before you do something else, ask yourself, is this part of the plan? And if it's not, however good it is, however amazing it is, however much you feel FOMO and you feel like you're being left out, please do not do it. Stick to your goals and see them come through. You've said like about 50% of the people don't see. Actually,